YouTube? This is World War Black Ops Pro, and today I have another commentary for you guys. The gameplay you see in the background right now is Team Deathmatch from the map Nuketown in Black Ops 1, of course. And I believe I go 38-2 on this gameplay, and we barely win the game. Like, it's pretty close when I call my last chopper gunner. So fortunately, I did get my last chopper gunner, because if had I only gotten one chopper gunner, we probably would have lost. But anyway, guys, before I forget, I'd like to give a shout out to Evil Fern because he is in this gameplay. So shout out to him. I mean, good job, Fern. You went positive. You went 3-2. So good job. Yeah, I mean, thanks for not making us lose. I'm just kidding, Fern. But anyway, seriously, let's get back to talk about the gameplay, because I also have another TDM for you guys, which is because this one's kind of short. So I have another TDM which is on the map Radiation. I go 26-3. I think I do go like 26-3. Yeah. And that's running a wrong class, because Hardline in Black Ops 1 is not that good of a perk, because once you get your max kill streak, you basically don't have a perk 1. And if you guys have played this game and used Hardline, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So anyway, guys, let's go into the topic of today's commentary, which is how to solve problems and why dealing with them earlier is better than waiting until later to deal with them. Because I mean, this works in real life, and this also relates to Call of Duty, because there's a lot of problems with Call of Duty that developers never really address, but every year they kind of their effect multiplies essentially. And I feel like it'd be a much better series had they just listened to the community and do what is needed to be done early on, rather than postponing it and keep postponing it until the community forgets about it, which they won't. And I'm mainly talking about dedicated servers here, but there's also a lot of other problems. And the reason, like, I can't talk about this is because earlier today something happened to me which made me realize that it is better to get stuff solved early on rather than waiting to the last minute to do it, or waiting until there's better time, because the best time to solve a problem is as soon as you realize it. And you gotta define what the problem is then. So, for example, with the developers, so lag has always been a problem in Call of Duty, and it likely will be until they get dedicated servers. Because right now, even in Advanced Warfare, even if they do have some dedicated servers, it's more like a hybrid system, and where you use listen servers and dedicated servers, and listen servers are basically just the normal servers where like one guy's host and his internet connection determines yours, sort of thing. That's how the older Call of Duties were. And sometimes it works out okay, but it sure is not optimal. It'd be much better if they did dedicated servers, because they've been telling the Call of Duty community for years that, like, oh, we're gonna get dedicated servers, but they never really gave us a specific date. Like, okay, we're gonna have dedicated servers by this or this time. They never really do that. Like, they kind of tease you, like, into buying the game by saying, oh, we're gonna have dedicated servers, and then they never really follow through. And that part of that is just because a lot of people have the misconception that dedicated servers will fix everything, that they're going to solve the lag problems in Call of Duty, and they're not. They're just going to reduce it, make for more optimal gameplay, which is good. It's better than having, like, lagging and everywhere and skipping around corners and things like that. But I mean, while it won't solve all the problems of Call of Duty, it will fix a lot of them. And guys, keep in mind, the community's been asking this for years, and the developers haven't really done anything. They haven't said anything. They haven't, or, well, yeah, they said stuff, but they haven't done anything. And every time the community says something like about that, I have a feeling they kind of just laugh at us, because Activision's a multi-billion-dollar company. Like, Call of Duty makes out millions of dollars every game that comes out. They surely have enough money, plenty of money, in fact, to rent dedicated servers, because they're not that expensive, and they would definitely make gameplay and connections much better than they are. And here's how I think the problem is multiplied for the developers. So that includes like Sledgehammer right now, because their game just came out a little over 2 weeks ago, and Activision, because Activision owns Call of Duty, because they're the publisher, they're a parent company, Treyarch, Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward. Let's kind of go into that, because I feel that because they waited so long to try, like I don't even think they're gonna bring dedicated servers anytime soon. But since I feel like they waited so long, I think they turned a lot of people off in the Call of Duty community, because it would have been much better had they done it from the start. Because instead of being greedy and all, because had they done it from the start, they wouldn't have had the chance to lose their part of their fan base. Because I think, because let's be honest, guys, if you're not on a decent connection, whether it be a 3-bar or 4-bar, then you're not doing well in Call of Duty. That's just the way it goes. You're not gonna do well. So, and it's unplayable, honestly, on a 1-bar or 2-bar even. And when it's unplayable, you're not gonna have fun. So, and because you're not gonna have fun, then there's no point in playing the game. And that's how I feel like that's part of the reason why I think that Call of Duty the fan base keeps shrinking every year, is because they don't do that. But there's also other problems with Call of Duty that they should have been addressed years ago, but they haven't. Like, let's do quickscoping, for example. Quickscoping, it's not that it's a cheat or it's an aim assist glitch, but I definitely think aim assist does help, maybe a little too much. But the problem is the handling of the sniper rifles, the mobility, everything's just too high. Because I remember playing Black Ops 2 free-for-all, like on Nuketown, that's just a sniper fest. On Nuketown, like everyone's running the DSR or the Ballista, and they can be at shotgun range, and you have like an assault rifle or an LMG or something, and they can just own you, and before you can even get your sights up. That's kind of ridiculous. I mean, it should have been addressed a long time ago, because it's been a problem in Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2. I mean, sure, it existed before then, but it was not on such a large scale. And it was addressed in Black Ops 1, but they kind of backtracked in Modern Warfare 3. They made quickscoping way too powerful. They get just to appease one part of the community, and guys, so essentially in the end, no part of the problem was solved because it didn't continue. It was temporary, and that's unfortunate. I mean, Advanced Warfare the snipers, they're not particularly useful, but I've still been quickscoped in that game because developers are not taking an aggressive stance against this problem, where they're just they're trying to do the least damage to the sniper rifles as possible, like the sniper rifles as the quickscopers know them. But they're not solving anything in the process either. They're still relatively easy to quickscope with. And some people like quickscoping, like they think it's fun, but a lot of people in the community don't like it. And quickscoping, in my opinion, is game breaking, because what you have there is a balancing issue. It's not a cheat, but it's a developer problem because the developers are allowing you to play that way. Like, we can take Black Ops 2 for example. In Black Ops 2, they try to cater to a lot of people. I think they're trying to solve all their problems by trying to cater to a lot of people, because quickscopers want this, rushers want this, competitive players want this, and that just doesn't work. Because have you guys ever heard the old saying, where if you try to please everyone, you end up pleasing no one? That's exactly what BO2 did in a way. I mean, sure, it was a fun game to play, but I would not regard it as one of the best Call of Duty games ever made. I mean, even though like it has a shield and everything, you guys know I camp. Like, I don't think it's necessarily I don't think it's a good game because, well, I mean, I don't think it's a great game. I mean, sure, it's good. It's not one of the best games ever, because that's where Black Ops 1 comes in, because Black Ops 1, they did a lot of things right. I mean, Black Ops 2, I don't think they try to cater to campers, but the shield definitely helped, so thank you, Treyarch. I don't think you intended the game to be played that way, but okay. But, I mean, there was still a lot of problems in that game, like quickscoping. I mean, you got shotguns. The shotguns were overpowered in that game, and the sniper rifles. And that was pretty much to appeal to maybe the snipers and the shotgunners who, in Black Ops 1, they thought their guns were too underpowered. And I can kind of understand. I mean, snipers were used in Black Ops 1 the way they should be, so the snipers were not overpowered, but the shotguns were somewhat underpowered just because those long lines of sight, the maps were bigger. Assault rifles were better than they were in Black Ops 2, because in Black Ops 2 assault rifles were pretty bad. I don't like them in that game. So I can understand why they buffed it, but they took it to the extreme. Now there's like a shotgunner every match, and shotgunners are just, I don't even think they should be in the game to some degree, because real life combat, shotguns aren't used in wars, and Black Ops, and I mean not necessarily Black Ops, but Call of Duty is meant to be like meant to be not realistic, but it's supposed to be based on off of warfare. And shotguns aren't used in warfare. Neither are submachine guns that much. I mean, mainly assault rifles. So with that being said, I think the game should definitely be more assault rifle dominated. But let's get back to the pleasing everyone thing, because yeah, that was just, yeah, that didn't really work out too well in my opinion, because it hasn't worked out in like even in like history, like historical examples. Like let's take the Populist Party from the 1890s. That didn't really work because they were focused on too many things. Like they're focused on farmer, like the Granger movement and things like that. And it didn't really work out. They never won any elections. They never, I mean, because of course they were a third party and stuff, but they never won any elections because their focus was too scattered. And in Black Ops 2, their focus is definitely scattered. I definitely think if they did it right and kind of addressed the quickscoping problem, the shotgun problem, I think Call of Duty would be much better off. Because instead of just waiting for a few years to say okay, we're gonna fix quickscoping, or we're gonna get dedicated servers by this time. Like, why can't you just do it like right now? Like, I mean, too much time has passed by anyway. I feel that Call of Duty has lost much of its fan base. Unfortunately, I mean, it's kind of sad to see how this game's how the series gone downhill. And that's why I'm on Black Ops 1, because I don't feel like Advanced Warfare has really lived up to its expectations. Like, I thought it was gonna be a great game, but no, they kind of catered too much to they cater too much to competitive. I think. I mean, nerfing the kill streaks, for example, domination 2 rounds. But also, I think another repercussion of how they didn't really realize there was a problem with their game. They kind of got desperate, I feel. I think Sledgehammer did, or Activision did. And I think that's why they put the exo movements in, because they want to give us something so new, something so out there, that they want people to give this game a second chance. But I feel that most people in the community would come back to the series if they just got dedicated servers. I mean, reduce the lag, make a connection more optimal. If they took things out like quickscoping, they took out danger close. I mean, I don't know why that thing keeps coming back. Man, I know it's not that useful in Advanced Warfare, but I don't even know why they even bothered putting it back. Like, for the trolls, or they're trying to troll their fan base. Anyway, I don't really know why, but they need to look at, like, I really think that all the people, all the developers, all the heads of this different studios like Treyarch, Infinity Ward's, Sledgehammer, they need to sit down at a meeting and go over all the problems in their game and try to figure out how to solve them. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the commentary. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. This has been World at War.